Welcome to Dad's DeFi Space. I'm Kevin, and welcome to the Monday live stream. It's been a while, but I've been busy with family, Christmas, the holidays, all of that. May need a little drinky drink later. Just take the nerves, calm the nerves down. But thank you again for coming to the live stream today. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to look at Bitcoin market cycle. We're going to look at some altcoin charts. So if there's anything you're interested in me checking out today, please put it into the chat. We're going to just take a look, kind of focusing with the AI agent play of this altcoin cycle and get into a conversation of how should we approach this final phase of the bull run, or is it ending right now? So before we begin, please like and subscribe, share this video with anyone who might be interested, because the more this video gets shared, the more this video gets liked, the more people that find Dad's DeFi Space. Bitcoin has been on an absolute dippity dip over the last few days. I think we're scaring a little bit of the new retail in the market. It's good to flush out over leveraged retail. That is a good thing for the market. But at the same time, I don't want you to get scared out of your position. Today, we're going to discuss a bunch of different strategies to do so here in just a minute. And then we're going to look at some charts if you stay around. Crypto is one of the most volatile assets in the world, and it takes a strong stomach to handle the volatility. Bitcoin can drop 10% a day. Altcoins can drop 30, 40% a day. This is a market that you must have high conviction for all of your plays. Without high conviction, you're going to end up buying the tops and you're going to end up selling the bottoms. You need to be very aware of your emotional state during these times in the market. I actually think the bull market is much, much more difficult to invest and trade in than the bear market. Just remember that nothing we present here is financial advice. I am just a dad. I am not a financial advisor. You do your own research. You make your own moves in these markets. And let's take a look at crypto bubbles before we begin today, guys. On the week, not too much is looking good, except look at that FTX token. Now, FTX is rebranding itself and is supposed to be restructuring in January. I guess this is given some hope to the FTT token. I am not touching that one with a 10-foot pole, as my mother would say. And if I were you, I would not do the same. Not financial advice. Now, also at this time, some of our favorites are down terribly on the weekly. Arrow's down 25%. Pepe's down 22%. With almost 30%. And I did purchase a little bit yesterday. AVAX 25% down on the week. Lido, a kind of beta Ethereum play, the Lido liquid staking protocol, 23%. Pyth 23%. Everything is looking like this. Stacks. Now, I did not say this on our private group, but Stacks is one that I was getting into over the last few days. Stacks adding to my bag. Oh, render. Oh, it's down 20%. And if we switch to the daily, now you are going to see a little bit more green. One of our favorite AI agent plays, virtual protocol, looking pretty good. Now, virtual actually is, I'm going to be coming out with a detailed video on virtual here in the near future, probably right after the holidays. So be on the lookout for that. And be sure to check out our webpage, dadsdefispace.org. We have a bi-weekly newsletter that is free. And if you sign up for our private group, you get to interact with a lot of other individuals in the crypto and DeFi space, help grow your knowledge, your gains, and at the same time, you can see my portfolios, my plays, usually before they end up on X. So be sure to add us on X too. It's a good way to keep up with what we're doing and how we are playing this game. Now, let's take a look at just general crypto market sentiment. If you look at, and I'm just looking at coin market cap right now, but fear and greed is all the way back in the neutral area. We were in extreme fear less than a week ago. Bitcoin dominance is pushing almost 58%. We could make a run in the near future. We'll see. Talk about that in a minute if you stay around. And then I also want to take a look at how market cap has changed over the last little bit. If you take a look at the crypto market cap, literally just over the last month, we have dropped from about $3.77 trillion. And at the bottom of this dip, we were looking, oh man, about 3.1 trillion. So we've stayed above the 3 trillion area, but we took a massive dip over the last week. This reset our altcoin season index back down to 46, 46 being more in the neutral region. And if you take a look at the crypto ETF flows, orange being Bitcoin, blue being Ethereum, over the last couple days, we have had a massive outflow right here, way over $600 million. And then the other day, $350 million. I have a little bit in my retirement account, not a lot. I tend to play into more crypto stock plays. I have a little bit of CleanSpark, a little bit of MicroStrategy, and a little bit of Coinbase, and a couple different brokerage accounts and retirement accounts. But let's get ready and look at some charts. But first, I wanted to show you a couple new articles we put out on our webpage on dadsdefispace.org. I just released an article on virtual protocol and the Sway blockchain. The next one in the pipeline is going to be the Jupe DEX token on Solana, one of my favorites, of course. Excuse me. Anyone who's here, please let me know how the audio is doing. I'm trying a slightly different setup today, and just wanting to know. Now, let's take a look at the markets. What I wanted to look at first here is the S&P 500. Now, I know this is a DeFi and crypto YouTube channel, but we have to keep track of what's happening in the traditional markets. Now, they're not always correlated, but Bitcoin is still technically correlated to risk on assets. You can see when this pump started to happen in the S&P, this is back on November 6th, because we are looking at the daily chart right now. There was a huge gap up. I have it labeled in this box. You can kind of see the uptrend here. We are feeling that gap back in. So I could see us dropping as low as 5,781. And if that occurs, I would expect Bitcoin to keep following with it. But as long as we get above this trend line on the weekly, I feel comfortable that we can continue on. But there's always that possibility that we go into a downtrend for a little bit of time. So this is one that I'm watching a little bit. The dollar chart, which we do know as the DYX goes up, a lot of times risk markets go down. We've been on a slight uptrend just over the last few days, as you can see right here on the 4-hour chart. Just another one that I'm keeping an eye on. And let's take a quick look at Bitcoin dominance. Now, I want to go onto the daily chart. No, excuse me, the weekly chart. I want to look at the weekly chart of Bitcoin dominance, and you can see that we broke through our uptrend on Bitcoin dominance. Gosh, this was approximately a month ago. We have now come back above and hit support on the weekly. If this candle closes again above this trend line, I am definitely concerned that altcoins are going to bleed a little bit longer. On this note, you should really pay attention to Bitcoin dominance when you're trading in or investing in the altcoin market, because if Bitcoin dominance is going up, obviously liquidity is being bled out of altcoins. Now, this is just like I said, right here around this 58.6 region, you need to pay a lot of attention to on the Bitcoin dominance chart. Now, I just want to go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin. Let me pull up the chart I want. Okay. This chart, what I did is I was labeling different Fibonacci levels just with horizontal lines. You can see them in yellow, and then this blue one on the chart. I'll bring up another chart in a minute that'll help explain this a little bit better. But on this chart, we're specifically trying to see if Bitcoin can get back above this trend line here. I'm going to try to extend this out a little bit. Right. This is right around 107,200 for Bitcoin, which right now Bitcoin is sitting at 95,390, although we dipped down to about 90,600 on the TradingView chart. There was a lot of fear in the market, and I do want to show you what I think Bitcoin could do over the next month or so. Hold on. What I want to do is just bring up a different chart. Let's clear out these drawings. I don't need them anymore. And this would be a good lesson on how you can also use Fibonacci levels to kind of determine price points, ladder out strategy. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to pull up the, not the Fib retracement, excuse me. I'm going to pull up the Fibonacci trend-based extension. So the way this indicator works is, is you can use 3 points along a trend, a retracement, and then determine where it might go next. So we can see on the weekly Bitcoin chart, we began, the trend changed right about here. And I am not exact on this, okay, at all. So we're going to set our first point right around, let's say, 42,000. The top of the first here, right? And then the retracement down to the bottom. I guess this is the lowest point, probably. And we're going to carry it across. Now, the charts do tend to honor this mathematical indicator. As you can see, we on the weekly rebounded off the, oh gosh, I can barely see it. Excuse me. Hold on. I accidentally moved my whole chart. I should have just taken a screenshot of this earlier, but I wanted to show you exactly how I would set a fib retracement. And to do so, I have to make 3 different adjustments if I move it wrong. There we go. Much better. As you can see, once we got above the 0.5 level, Bitcoin was off to the races. That was around 70K. And then we came back to the resistance at the 1 level. We could easily retrace back into the 0.78. So I'm keeping an eye on this area, and that would be approximately, say, 89K, possibly at the lowest 88K, but right around the 90K region. So that is an imperative area for us to pay attention to. If Bitcoin breaks below the 0.78, or excuse me, the 1, I could see it retracing all the way back to the bottom of the 0.78 level, and that's looking at lower 80,000 region. Altcoins will be destroyed if that happens. So please be aware of that over the next little bit, but at the same time, we could maintain support on the 0.1 over the next couple weeks and continue on our merry way during Q1 after the new year. Who knows? Just something to think about, something to consider as we continue our journey. Now, what I want to do, excuse me. Now, what I want to do is take a look at the total 3 chart and the others chart. This is an extremely good chart to kind of see where the altcoin market may go. The total 3 is the entirety of the crypto market minus Bitcoin minus Ethereum. So looking at this chart, what do you notice? We hit the top of our support at $1.16 trillion on total 3 that we marked not too long ago. And we look like we're retracing back down to the 80 billion, down to the 786 billion area. I'm concerned because I'm a little altcoin heavy now, and they will bleed. So I'm not telling anyone to sell their altcoin bags, but you definitely want to have dry powder on the side for a dip like this. If we were to get all the way back down into the 786 billion region, you're looking at, from the top, almost a 50% drop in the dominance of altcoins, which is nuts. That is wicked. So let's take a look at the others. This is one that I tend to look at more towards the end and the beginning of market cycles. Okay. Sorry about that. That's my wife calling here. But we're going to skip it out. We're going to look at a few more charts first. I don't think she'll get too mad at me. Let's take a look at Ethereum, because it has bled worse than Bitcoin. And take a look at the Fibonacci levels on this one. That's the bottom of the trend, right? Oh, excuse me. I'm on the wrong chart. There we go. All right, so let's take a look at Ethereum on the weekly. Yep. So let's see. This was the bottom. And by the way, we're going to take a look at where we think ETH might go. So hold on one second. Let me set up this fib-based extension. So let's say the base is approximately here. We have made it to here, and we have now retraced to here. So this is very much an estimate because we don't know what's going to happen over the next week or so, right, boys and girls? But taking a look at this, let me turn, hold on. I got to take a setting off my chart because I'm auto fitting it right now. There we go. ETH will be sitting at about 4,700 at the one level. This is where Bitcoin got to and then had to retrace. So to be quite honest with you, that's going to probably end up being one of my initial profit taking points for Ethereum. I will not take more than 10% off the table, not financial advice, but just something to consider moving forward. Right now, we have already retraced pretty much down to 3,000. 3,000 puts us at the zero level. I'm hoping that it maintains support around here because below that, it's a long way down. I would expect there to be some support around 2,700 just because we had some here. Well, actually, probably closer to 2,800 here and here. But who's to say on Ethereum? Now, I will say this, though, and I want to show you the Ethereum Bitcoin chart now. And I'm fine. We'll just pull up the chart on Binance. And I want to show you this like on, okay. You'll see this. I mean, if you want to know what a downtrend looks like, this right here, this is a downtrend. That is a downtrend. And that is Ethereum compared to Bitcoin. Now, when the bear market began, which was a couple months after this downtrend had started, I wish I would have listened to Ben into the Cryptoverse. Excellent macro analysis on his channel. I would have listened to him. I was very Bitcoin heavy, but I did not become Bitcoin heavy really until about this point, around the 0.065 level. So I had lost massively from here to here. Not as much from here to here, but we are still on this massive downtrend. But I find it interesting that Ethereum's kind of halfway in between 0.04 and 0.03. I do not think Ethereum is going to bleed much longer. This will be the bottom of the range, more than likely the 0.03 level. The 0.03 level, people who think Ethereum's just going to keep bleeding, I think they're going to get left behind during the next phase of the altcoin cycle. And I'm hoping that you all check stuff like this out. You can look up crypto market liquidity cycles. And I've shown this before. It's so important to keep up with these things. If you're going to stay invested in the crypto markets, unless you're just going to DCA all the way every day, knowing to sell a lot of your bags towards the end of the bull and buying and DCAing more so in the depths of the bear market. Now, if you take a look at previous cycles, you can see that Ethereum dominance can go absolutely haywire, right? This would have been back during the last cycle here, right around this area. And then this would have been the previous cycle before I was even involved in the crypto space. So before we move on, I wanted to take a quick look at two charts that I think are very important. One is going to be crypto liquidity flows, and then the other one's going to be, which is right here. I've shown this before. It's so important. If you're here, you need to see it again. If you're watching this after the live stream, you need to see it also. This is something I wish I would have listened to during the first cycle, but we're right in here. Phase one is Bitcoin season, and it's about to end, but I guess technically we're still right on the cusp of moving into Ethereum season. This is when Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin. People start talking about the flipping, and ETH is going to flip Bitcoin. Oh my God. ETH is not going to flip Bitcoin, in my opinion. Not financial advice, but that does not mean that Ethereum is not going to run this cycle. So yes, my Ethereum bags are packed. I'm not buying a whole lot right now, but people have gotten all out of Ethereum. They're going to miss out on this next step. Doesn't mean they won't have a good cycle, but I like to follow the trends from the past until the trend is broken. The trend is your friend until it's not. It's an important strategy to be aware of, whether you're investing in crypto, stocks, commodities, forex, options, whatever. But after Ethereum, liquidity is going to flow into large caps, and then after large caps, it eventually starts to flow into mid cap alts, small cap alts. Now that truly is the altcoin season that everybody speaks of. We have not seen anything yet. Unless the 4-year cycle theory is changing, then I don't think everybody has it right. I think their emotions are clouding their judgment, to say the least. Now, I want to take a look at another chart. And hey, I'd like to. Hey, what's up, Nick? I didn't see you come in, but I probably need to replace another monitor, get a third one up in here. All right, let's get back to discussing market cycles. I want to bring up one last chart before we get into some altcoins, and that would be right here. I'm sure every one of you in this room have seen this chart before, but you need to see it again. And this is also for the people out there that who are new to the market. You'll need to be very aware of the Wall Street cheat sheet. And I got to get a much better copy of it. This one looks terrible. All right, this one will work. That one's too small. All right. All right. This is supposed to open in a new tab, not their iFunny webpage. All right. There we go. So we are looking at the Wall Street cheat sheet. This is one of the first charts I remember being introduced to about 5 years ago. And I started to think, hey, this is something I really need to apply in the crypto space. And as I paid more and more attention, what I started to realize is crypto cycle, the 4-year cycle theory, it tends to follow market psychology very well. At this point in time, we're probably, in my opinion, somewhere here in the belief phase. Now, what people need to understand about the belief phase is during this time between belief before we hit thrill, there can be drops in the market. During bull markets and Bitcoin's past, there have been 20, 30% drops in Bitcoin, even worse drops in altcoins. If you're not used to that kind of volatility, they're going to shake you out of your bags. So please, we're about 30 minutes into the stream. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and you've come in, please subscribe, like the video, share it with a friend if you think they need some knowledge like this. But now let's look at some more charts. We've already taken a look at Ethereum to Bitcoin. We took a look at others, in total 3. Let's take a look at others real quick. I don't think we ever went to that one. And I want to look at the others dominance chart. Others is basically all crypto minus Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the top 10. So it takes out a lot of the heavy, thick liquidity, and you get to see what a true alt season would look like. Okay. We are looking at the weekly chart, and I'm trying to zoom out because I want to show this to you. This, when we were at almost 20%, right, was basically the peak of last bull market. This was the blow off top alt season that a lot of people said never happened. Never happened. But, excuse me, I do want to take a look at this real quick. If you hadn't already, is the others' dominance has been on an uptrend. Let me fix this real quick. I'm going through so many charts today. There we go. We were on an uptrend starting in January. We've had some downs and ups, but it's been on a downtrend from March until November. We just recently have been on an uptrend. Check this out, because we're going to use the trend-based extension again. Up, right? And now we've bled down to here. What do you notice? We need to get it back above the 1 level, right? If we could zoom out a little bit more, look at last cycle, you'll see we only got up to about the 2.6 level. We didn't even quite touch it. And if you were to go back into previous market cycles, you'll see that we have gotten less and less distance to the top. So looking at this right here, we could easily, get up to the 1.6 level, the 16% maybe. So this is one I'm actually going to mark for future reference. We'll come back to it and see if this ended up acting as an area of support or resistance. We're going to set it just a little bit below. And there we go. And we'll be coming back to this chart at a later date to see if the analysis plays out or not. Because one thing you need to understand in this game is you're never going to be able to predict the future. I can't predict the future. A professional analyst out there who's been doing this for 40 years can't predict the future. But they can figure out the probabilities. Is the risk worth the reward? Is the risk worth the reward? Something to consider whenever we're making investments. Now, I'm going to take a look at some altcoin charts. They have not been looking too well lately. This is the Solana chart on the weekly. You can see the peak from last cycle. We're slightly above it at this point. We have taken a massive dip. And let's take a look at the fib tool, see what it tells us. We started our trend. This one's going to be kind of hard. It's so choppy, but we'll say maybe here. All right. Hit the top. We've had our retrace. And then we see, right? So looking at this, just to kind of look at like what might happen after we're out of this bearish time, you'll see the 0.78 level has us at about 280. That might be a good place to take. I might take a few profits right there. The 1 level was sitting right around, what's that, 310. So that might be a good spot too. I haven't made any decisions yet, but it's just something I'm going to be looking at over the next little bit. But before I go on, I do want to go back to Bitcoin real quick just to talk about one more thing. And that's, I've just seen too much bearish sentiment. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. We are having an issue here. So we're just going to turn this off. We're not going to use my lighting. Sorry about that. My stand just failed on me during the stream. But let's go back to Bitcoin and take a look at one last indicator. Actually, I'm going to find a cleaner chart. I'm going to just use the Kraken chart. It'll work fine and use this one. So I have used this one. We're going to remove all the drawings. All right. So what I want to do is pull up the bull market support band. This is kind of the granddaddy of indicators to know when the bull run is ending and when it's beginning. It's basically a mix of the 20-week SMA, the simple moving average, and the 21-week EMA, exponential moving average. And Bitcoin will maintain support above this during the bull run on the weekly chart. I like taking a look at this and the stochastic RSI to kind of get a good idea of bullish sentiment within the market, right? So as you can see, we've had a blue cross down. We're going down. That's how you use stochastic RSI. If the stochastic is crossing below, we're probably going to enter a temporary downtrend. Orange, or excuse me, if it crosses up, then we're probably looking at a uptrend. And we haven't crossed back up yet, have we? So that's something to consider. But you notice something? We are full stop above the bull market support band. And this is excellent for Bitcoin and the crypto markets. So I do not think the bull market is over. Now, if we were closing multiple weekly candles below the bull market support band, which right now we're sitting at like, say, 75K and 80K, then we have an issue, right? And I did see us last cycle go below the bull market support band, keep it as resistance, and then shoot back above it for that double top last market cycle. That was kind of a fake out. It messed up everybody. A lot of people messed up their analysis there, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of hope, a little bit of hopium here that we're still very much above the bull market support band. All right, let's take a look at some of our favorite altcoins. I wanted to start with Solana. This is me trying to show, excuse me, next couple ladder out points. If you scroll up here, way up to the 0.4 level, I do not see Solana going much above this cycle. I'll be mostly out by this point, so I'm setting my price point right around $750, maybe $800, and we'll have to see how it progresses over the next few months. Anyway, just something to think about. But Solana has looked extremely bearish lately. I'm going to remove this drawing, don't need it anymore. We have been on a massive downtrend since we hit the top at, what was that, 262, 263. I would like to see Solana get back above this trend line before I'm in bullish on Solana. I mean, I still have my lending positions on Camino. I still have quite a big Solana bag, but I'm not actively adding to that bag at the moment. I'm actually focusing more temporarily on AI agent plays, which we're going to look at in just a minute. So please give the video a like and check that out over the next little bit. But understand that in whether it's bullish or bearish sentiment in the market can probably stay in the trend longer than you can stay solvent. And I wanted to show you an example that from one of our sponsors. I know that you saw, if you are a regular to the channel, and if you're a regular to the channel and you're not subscribed, please subscribe, show your support, and share it with friends. And please check out our webpage at dadsdefispace.org and check out some of our sponsors too, since I haven't thrown a plug in yet today. CryptoLabs Research, UIG Underdog Investment Group. That is where I have learned most of my DeFi strategies. They have an excellent community. very detailed weekly newsletter, educational portals and classes. And if you want to really up your game, they have an accelerator group that's kind of like a small group, private DeFi group. And then they have one-on-one with some DeFi experts, some that I speak to on a weekly basis. They're good guys, good girls, and excellent educators and mentors. Anyway, you can also help support the channel by, if you're into leverage trading, by checking out our links from BloFin. I have secured a kind of offer for anybody who is in my channel, at my channel. They are willing to give 10% cash back on any deposit up to $2,000 until December 31st. I made a small deposit to get my 10% and did some trades on that. We looked really good on one of our virtual trades, was up over 200%. And the Solana trade has been a doozy and a case into why we should use stop losses. If you give me just a minute, I definitely want to bring this up if it'll let me. And I'll show that to you in a minute, but there's a lot of rewards and future bonuses. You can still qualify for up to like $5,000 of bonuses, and someone is going to win a new Rolex. But once their trading volume reaches 1 million, or excuse me, 100 million, which is an awful lot, but it happens quicker than you think, because I've already gotten close to a million trading volume on their platform just because of all of my hedging and leverage trades that I've done through their platform. So just be aware that if you're going to play in leverage, I would never take my leverage higher than 4x. I got a little greedy and went a little more than that, and my position isn't looking too hot right now. Now, I still feel okay. I'm going to hold on to it, but it's going to be a little bit of time before I'm able to get into this again. All right. Now, what I would like to do next is, actually, I'm not going to be able to pull the account up on my computer right now, so we're going to just move on, which is fine. We'll look at some more charts here. There we go. I've looked at Solana enough. What happened was I put in a leverage long about right here, thinking this would act as support, and we went down, down, down. And if I would have had a stop loss set, this would not have happened. I would have stopped my position out before I'm negative 50% on my trade. So anyway, let's take a look at a couple more charts before I look at these liquidity pools and see if you all have any questions today. I wanted to take a look at NEAR, not a layer one that I've just been real bullish on. Again, we're way above our trend line, as you can see, right? I mean, way, way above our trend line, but we're heading down to it. I mean, I could see NEAR getting all the way down in the 5 billion region, which is another billion off its market cap, and that would hurt. But, you know, NEAR, not a bad buying opportunity at this point, in my opinion. AVAX, again, that's not financial advice. It's just one of the positions that I'm very bullish on. I'd also like to take a look at Render, AI play. We're touching the bull market support band on this one. Altcoins don't quite respond to it as same. They will wick down, wick back up. They're much more volatile. But as you can see, we got up to 1172 as a high at this point. We were back down in the $6.90 region. If we get back down into the $6, say 575 region, I'm gonna definitely be picking up some more Render. My position is not the size I would want it to be, but I'm happy with what I got, I guess, at this point. Sway, this has been the darling, the Solana killer of this cycle. Still super bullish. We're sitting right at about $4.14. We are in a downtrend. If this gets back below $4, buy me up some Sway. I'll probably lever up on Sulin or Navi protocol, which are lending protocols on the Sway network. Be sure to check out our Suland video and Sway network video on how to leverage Loop your Sway and add to your bag on that network. That's been a strategy that we have been using quite a bit during this bull run and this cycle. All right, let's take a look at a couple more coins. I want to take a look at Arrow, of course, one of my favorite DEX tokens, along with Jupiter. We are staying above the bull market support band. You can even see where we wick down right here, hitting $1.31. We could do this again. I have a big Arrow bag, and lately it has not looked good, but I'm glad I paid some of my loan, took some profits at the top. Always a good thing during the bull run when we are heated, right? 3 weeks of bullishness, it is time to take some profits off the top and fill up your dry powder, because you need dry powder when these dips occur if you really want to get those outsized gains during the bull run. And we're not all perfect at this. Sometimes I enter too much into the market and I don't have as much dry powder as I should. But I mean, all of us should probably hold at least 10% in stables or US dollars or whatever your preferred currency is. Or if you're crypto only, then maybe Bitcoin. But that would be it. I'm not been adding any to this bag, but Ondo Finance has been one that I'm starting to look at again. We're right back down in this support range of $1.49, $1.50. We're just a few cents away from that. So it might be a good time to add to my Ondo bags. We'll have to check that out. I'm kind of like keeping track of the stochastic RSI. I thought we were going to have a blue cross, but obviously we have not. But just something to keep an eye on. And then let's see what else we have here. Let's take a look at Aether. Aether is a kind of a DePIN and AI play. As you can see, I like to look up charts of my bags. I can be very biased. I'm going to talk about coins that I'm invested in. But if you want me to talk about coins you're invested in, just throw them in the chat and we can look at some charts. All right. I wanted to take a look at just a couple more charts today. We've been streaming for quite a while, and take a look at some AI agent plays. Now, I plan on making a video on a virtual protocol in the near future. This video is going to be more of a deep dive. I've already kind of got the initial things set up, although I'll probably record it hopefully tomorrow morning. We'll see, because I got a lot to do today to get ready for the holidays. I'm, of course, waited to the last minute for my shopping, and that has to come before the video. But anyway, and that's something I want to talk about too, actually. Don't get so caught into the charts, your screens, and the crypto space that you forget your family, your friends, and the reason we're doing this in the first place. We invest to fight inflation, yes, but we also invest to get some of our time back, do the things we want, support the causes we want, be around the people we want. Me, spend time with my family and children. That's why we do this. And that's important to keep in mind. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get back to virtual protocol. This thing has been on a rampage. We started investing in virtual protocol early November-ish. So far, we're already looking at a 700% gain. Has been one of our best performing coins this cycle. We've also been providing liquidity on this one. we have not had a blue cross yet, but as we come back down into the bottom of the range, which is sitting right at $2, I'm going to be loading more into my bag. Not financial advice, of course, but it's just virtual protocol allows you to build your own AI agents. Some of them on there are quite interesting. We're going to take a look at them when the video comes out. So be sure to like and subscribe and not miss that one. All right. Finally, I wanted to take a look at MicroStrategy stock before I look at my DeFi portfolio a little bit today. MicroStrategy went on a tear. It's already at this point, I mean, we are down from the top 40% at this point. I mean, this is a volatile stock. I don't think it has seen the last. I don't think you've seen the last of MicroStrategy this bull run, but I don't know how long before this one makes a recovery. We'll have to just keep our eyes out. So, but do you notice something on the daily? I'd like to wait till this confirms on the weekly. We have a blue cross on MicroStrategy. I may see how this plays out over the rest of the day, and we might be looking at getting some MicroStrategy here shortly, right? All right, so we've been on for almost an hour. We're going to take a look at a couple more things before I get off the stream, most specifically just some portfolio DeFi changes that we have made. You right now are looking at my Orca portfolio. Yes, it is correct. I've cut it down almost by 50%. I withdrew most of my Solana and Bitcoin. I am now put some of it back into my cold storage wallet. I recommend Tangem. Links below to help support the channel. It's one of the most safe, secure hardware wallets. Runs like you're just throwing your card into an ATM machine. I love it, and it's secure, and that's where I store most of my crypto. Not just on one though. I like to diversify a little bit. But some of these positions you've known from the past, the Nasana Render 2%. It's not been printing very much, but market is down. The Jupe Solana, but I'm super bullish on Jupiter, so I'm fine with this one printing more Jupiter, converting back and forth in between Solana and Jupiter within my range, which right now is very much on the outer edge because, well, Jupiter is bleeding against Solana a little bit. And this PopCat width has lost a lot of value, but of course, it's meme coins. That's what happens. You'll lose a lot, you'll gain a lot. And I do believe once the cycle heats back up, meme coins are going to have another run. That's probably when I'll look into getting slowly out of these pools and also cutting down on certain meme coin positions, which for me are PopCat and width on Solana, Brett on base, and the other ones are a little too low market cap for me to really want to talk about right now. Anyway, I also took this AI16Z. This is a AI play and an AI agent play on the Solana network, kind of like a crypto hedge fund being headed by artificial intelligence. The whole idea interests me. I've just thrown in a little over $100. This sucker is earning easily 1% a day. I'll take it. That's awesome. I will probably convert some to Solana, some to stables, and some I'll just keep as AI16. If I can build up a little bag of that, would be nice. All right. But again, not a lot of changes. I did get out of that Tucker position. I don't know. That project has been a disappointment, although I love their YouTube channel. Funny, funny, funny. And then I wanted to take a look at VFAT. I just started getting back into some of these VFAT positions again. One small meme coin position, I'm just filling this one out with a 24% range. It's earning about 118%. It's an aerodrome position being managed by VFAT. These two I've been in for about 3 weeks or so, and that is Wrapped ETH Spectral, which is another AI agent play on Base and Ethereum, and Virtual Wrapped ETH, which this one is killing it at 420%. But this protocol has just been massive. Going back to this real quick, I think this might be some of the reasons why. This is my X account, so be sure to add me on X if you haven't done so already. CryptoZone 1013. But there's been some large accumulation going on in the virtual token. We'll talk about it more in the video I'm going to make in the near future. But I'm bullish on virtual. It seems to have a lot of buzz about it. It's growing. Total value lock's growing, and it's exciting. It's exciting to think about. But I'd like to thank each of you all for coming to the stream today. Thanks for showing up. And thanks for, please like and subscribe, ping that notification bell, help get the video out there to other people, right? And please find us on the web, dadsdefispace.org, join the free private group and subscribe to our newsletter. Check out all the links below for your US crypto exchanges. BloFin, 10% back rebate right now until the 31st. CryptoLabs research, 20% off your first month. And please do your own research. Take the time to develop your conviction in the plays in this market, and you won't get so emotional during the times of market dips. So for those of you all who just arrived, please rewind and check out the stream. We had some great stuff today, and video coming out on virtual later this week. And then I'm going to spend some time with the family over the holidays, and I may for briefly not have as many videos come out. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate each and every one of you, and we're going to get out of here. So until next time, thank you for coming to Dad's DeFi Space. Peace